Welcome to the Tweak of the Week. This week, we take a quick look at nerve flossing. Welcome back. I'm Tommy Larkin, and as always, thank you for joining me. So it's really nothing new, but nerve flossing, also known as neural gliding, has become a little more forefront in the fitness and therapy worlds. It's basically a technique which helps stretch or mobilize the nerves, thus improving and enabling smoother movement of the nerves. It not only can help alleviate pain, typically caused by compressed or irritated nerves, it can also be a great tool for improving muscular response when seeking to increase muscular length, i.e. stretching and or gaining more flexibility. Now, in my thinking, one of the important things to remember is in doing nerve flossing are the movements themselves. The movements should be easy and not strained, but at the same time lightly producing a gentle stretch or contraction. Also make sure you breathe with the movements. Don't hold your breath. Now, you might also experience some light tingling in the nerves. In my experience, this is an indicator you are being too aggressive or deep with the movement itself. Now, as a benchmark for general intensity, I find you should be in the 50 to 60% range of total stretch or muscle engagement. So as you can probably guess, the real work is the quality of the movement and not the depth of work. For today, we'll focus on the hips and legs with a simple exercise which is designed to help relieve or reduce sciatic nerve irritation. The first will be on our back, and the second I'll show a version you can do in a chair. So let's get over onto the mat and see how those work. All right, so to do the first version, you want to come down to lying on your back with the knees bent. All right? And then from here, you're going to hug the right knee into the chest. Now there's two versions that you can do this. One is to just hug the knee in as you exhale, and then inhale, stretch the leg out long. And exhale, hug it in, and inhale, stretch it out long. And exhale, hug it in. And I'll actually do this one as a kind of general beginning to move my body. But the real benefit flossing one is to bring the hands behind your thigh, and then you're going to push the leg into your arms, making the arms straight. Now, if your flexibility is such that you can't really hold behind the leg, you can grab a belt and use the belt here to support wherever you may need. What you're looking for is that pressure from the core and the hip to push into the leg. That gives you the resistance then to inhale, straighten the leg, and exhale, bend. And inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend. And then the ankle here can just be relaxed. So if you have a natural bend that's about like that, that's fine. If you have more of a natural point, that's fine. I don't find that either works better or worse, but you're inhale, straightening, and exhale, releasing, and inhale, straightening. And the whole time you're pushing that thigh into the hands, creating resistance, so that it's focusing on the nerves, not the muscle. And after you did 10 times there, you would work with the leg straight. You would point the foot and then flex the foot. And point the foot and flex the foot. And point the foot and flex the foot. And again, remember, the idea is not to find depth of stretch. This one you'll find creates more because of the flex of the ankle and the point, and then depending also on your ankle flexibility. And you do about 10 there, and then you would bend that knee after you're done, release that leg, and go to the second side, right? And you would do, I'll just do those full 3, and then you would point and flex as you keep that leg straight. Right? It's as simple as that. Good. And we're all done. Fantastic. All right, so here we are coming up from the floor to the chair. Now on the floor you got the idea of the holding and resisting to create a lengthening as you stretch the leg straight and then eventually work on pointing and flexing the ankle and foot. On the chair we're going to do something similar, but it's a little bit different. I find this is really great when you are like at work and you need a little bit of release. You can even sort of do some of it in a meeting underneath the table. Nobody would know that you're stretching a leg out and pointing the foot, and the likelihood is we've all done that at different points in our business careers. So get yourself settled. Now, one thing to note is I do have a stationary chair. If you're in a rolling desk chair, it is best to spin that around, put it up against your desk so it won't roll out from underneath you, even though one leg is bent in this, because you want to be fairly close to the front edge of your seat. Now, whichever leg you're going to be working on, if you're doing both, fine, but you're going to leave one leg bent and straighten the other leg out so that the leg is fully engaged. Now, on a quick note, if you search the web for ideas on what to do for nerve flossing, particularly for sciatica, you're going to see a lot of them out there where they have you lift the leg off of the floor. I find it really works my quad too much, which is a good thing because you want to build strength there, but I don't really feel like I have the ability, and I end up rounding the back, which is actually negating some of the purpose of the flossing. So I found putting my foot, my heel particularly, on the floor and finding that spot where I can point and flex the ankle with the leg staying straight has worked great for me in a seated position. So you get in this seated position, stretch your leg out, point the foot, and then spread those toes wide. They even want to look like they're coming back towards you a little bit. And this is kind of this is the point position, and you're going to work with that flex position, which makes you work the quad and the calf, but it's going to be I like it this way. So you want to make sure you sit upright and hinge at the hip, not in the back, right? So as you're folding here, not here. This is not doing anything for you. It's actually going to aggravate more than it benefits, right? So starting upright, I like to just have my hands on my thighs, and then as you exhale, you hinge forward and you flex the ankle, and then you inhale, come back out, and then you exhale, fold forward and flex the ankle, inhale, point, and lift back up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale. Good, and you could do this 10 to 15 times on each leg individually. You could just switch over here and do the same, right? Just a couple here just as an example. But I've also found in my own practice and body that both legs out works pretty well too, especially if you only have a limited amount of time. And here, I'll keep my feet a little more flexed in the beginning and have a little less point, mostly because I'm sitting on the edge of that chair and I don't want to inadvertently slide off. I also like this one because it really works the soles of the feet, so you get a little bit of release for any kind of plantar fasciitis that you might have at the same time. All right, so there you go. On the chair one, single leg, you can do 10 to 15 each side, or you can do about 15 with both legs if you like. So there you go. I hope you gained great benefit from today's tweak. If you have any questions about this or any other tweak, let me know. Put your question in the specific tweaks comment section and I'll get back to you. Now also, if you like today's tweak, I greatly appreciate you hitting that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to learn about what's coming up. Plus, check out the website and follow us on social media for other inspirational and great ways to learn how to increase your vital energy. You'll find those links in the description below. Now, as always, thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, have an amazing week and be excellent to each other.